Happy Saturday, ladies and gents. Coffee Doug here. More like Beer Doug. Winter brew is on its way. What I am going to be reviewing this week is The Boys. This is issue 72. This is the final issue. It just ended this week. I have read all 72 issues, month to month. The Boys started in 2006 with 6 issues that came out through Wildstorm. The team is from 2 great books, Preacher and Transmet. The writer of Preacher, the artist of Transmet. Darick Robertson is the artist, and the writer is Garth Ennis. I think the art is amazing. I've never read Transmet, but I did read Preacher, one of the first series I've ever read. And phenomenal, and they make an amazing team on this book. The story of The Boys, basic plot line. Just so you know, I am going to give a few minor spoilers for the first issue or two, just to get you into it, because you need to know what's going on. We've got Hughie. He really looks like Simon Pegg, doesn't he? Shaun of the Dead? Come on. The artist has said that he did that on purpose, I believe, and actually Simon Pegg wrote in one of the introductions for one of the trades, maybe the one I have. Pretty cool. We've got wee Hughie at the amusement park, just hanging out with his bride-to-be, his fiancée. They're having a wonderful afternoon / evening, whatever time of day it happens to be. And there is a fight going on between a superhero and a supervillain. And as the fight ensues and things go on, because of lack of caring or lack of being careful what in any way, shape, or form, the superhero does something, he throws the villain or whatever, and it totally... the best way to describe it is, Hughie is holding his girlfriend by the arms and they're just looking at each other and just BAM! The fucking villain flies through the girlfriend like a freight train, and he's holding her arms in his hands. Like, holy shit! That's how The Boys opens. So, he's just devastated. Like, what do you do? That's the whole universe that Garth Ennis has created with this. Is basically, it's like, what if there were real superheroes? What kind of fucked up shit would go down? What kind of major stuff would happen? And how much would the powers that be, the superheroes, really care? Like, they've got all this power, they don't give a shit about collateral damage, you and I, and that's where his journey begins. In that happening to him, he's got to file all these reports, he's got to go sit in all these meetings, because it turns out the superheroes are kind of hand in hand with the government. Maybe they're run by the government, maybe they run the government. You'll know as the story goes on. But as he's doing all these meetings, he meets Butcher, who is the head of kind of like not a CIA, but like a CIA FBI, but it's basically a little organization made up of 4 or 5 folk that are created to police the superheroes. And they ask Hughie to join because of the trauma that's happened to him. See, they're not big fans of the superheroes, and in this world, the superheroes are doing a lot of bad shit. They're just getting away with way too much, much like people in power often do. Well, these guys and gals are there to make sure shit doesn't go too off course. And if it does, they're sent in to regulate it. So that's it. That's the world that Garth Ennis has created with The Boys. Now, in the comic, like I said, it runs 72 issues. You're going to have 3 6-issue miniseries. Butcher, Baker, Candlestickmaker. That's Butcher. That's one of The Boys. Total badass. You've got Herogasm, which is just as crazy as it fucking sounds. And then you've got Highland Laddie, which is a little story about Hughie trying to go home again. There's many different plot lines going through. The overall is obviously Hughie's journey with this organization and trying to not only police the superheroes, but realize that some of the major ones, the Justice League of this universe, if you will, are going to need to be taken down. So that's what they're going after the whole time. as real as Ennis and Robertson, you know, with the portrayal of the characters artistically, as real as they keep it, there is some way over the top frickin' moments that are just crazy. If any of you have read Preacher, you know that he likes to go balls to the wall. I do recommend it as a read. I think a lot of people will like it. It's a great action book. It's a lot of fun, and there are some really good spoofs of some superheroes. So, thumbs up, for the most part, to the boys. I'm kind of sad to see it go, but I actually kind of like when series end sometimes, because then I can start a new one. So, yeah, that's about it. Until next time, write me. Let me know if you've read this or read anything like it, and comics you recommend, and things I should be talking about in my reviews.